Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 14s. We are
I think it's 3 teams now.
3 teens for right now. 3 teens and a Zoom call. It is currently April 14th at 8:05 p.m. And today we are all sitting in our beds,
Haley, what is this intro?
getting ready to film an episode on confidence and intervention.
What's your name, Haley?
Not music anymore.
We're not
My
allowed
name
music.
My name is Haley, and you're listening to NPR News.
My name is Isabella.
My name is Lauren. Gloria isn't on this episode right now.
Yeah, we're really qualified to talk about this.
We are in I feel like we've done an episode on confidence. Like, I am willing to place money on that.
I feel like we've done an episode on depression.
We did one on mental health. So this is going to be a little more of a laid back episode, not quite as much structure. We're just going to kind of have a conversation about it because it's a really important topic and it's complicated. So I'm going to kind of jump into the first little talking point is what do you think society's role about confidence and how that do we get our confidence from the way society sees us or just kind of what role it has in how we feel about ourselves?
I think we gain confidence from how we're raised. Because, it's like proven studies that parents who do like positive affirmations and do a lot of positive like self-talk with their kids are naturally more confident, whereas kids who maybe didn't get not that they had bad parents or anything, but their parents just didn't do positive self-talk or positive affirmations every day, that they just didn't they were just naturally less confident. Or it's also proven that older siblings are typically more confident than younger siblings because younger siblings are always kind of like in their sibling's shadow. So I think it's a lot of like how we are raised.
I agree. That might be interesting to look up some studies on. I think that something kind of more less based on the background you come from and more based on immediate gratification, kind of that feel, would be people simply saying a compliment, or it sounds cheesy, but just addressing you or smiling or just giving you that acknowledgement that kind of makes you feel worthier or makes you feel just like other people appreciate you more. That's something that can go from you feeling like really awkward and I don't know, am I doing this? Everybody like looking at me, and then someone's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you're like, "Oh, wait, really? Oh, that's kind of like you get excited." And I think that's just really important in kind of the day-to-day, moment-to-moment confidence is how other people are reacting to your presence.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like people get like, I mean, it's the reason why girls post like, or anyone post on Instagram to get all like the comments and the likes, and they're like, ooh, confidence, people like me. Like, when unfortunately a lot of confidence for teenage girls is based off of how people view them and not how they view themselves.
Definitely. I don't think we have an image of how we view ourselves. We base all of it off of other people. How they, I guess that's a sense of self-worth, right? That's what that's called.
Yeah.
I think that develops because I don't think I have like a bad sense of self-worth. I just don't think I really have one for myself. I kind of base it off my accomplishments and off what other people say, which is a very teenage girl thing. Or maybe just a human thing.
Yeah, I think so. Haley, anything?
Yeah, I feel like confidence kind of is something that can fluctuate too. Like one day you can be like really, really confident. And the next day, like it could be hard. But confidence is fluctuating and that's okay. It's okay to have like the bad days.
What do you have any fixes or ways that you kind of help get yourself out of the bad days? Or do you just have to live through them?
You have to live through them until suddenly they just go away. Like like the more bad days that you have, the less of them you're gonna want to have. Because like some days there are days where you're like, I'm gonna go to school in a bad mood and I don't want to talk to anybody today. And then by second period, you're laughing and giggling with all of your friends. Like if you say you're gonna be in a bad mood, really question why you're gonna do that. Because you want to seem cool and mysterious. Like, no, you're just being a jerk. Like
When you choose negativity, it bothers other people.
when you at some point it becomes a lack of maturity at the point where you decide to be where you decide to make it a bad day for you and then make everybody else know that it is a bad day. That is a lack of maturity that is unacceptable. And it doesn't help with my confidence or yours.
Right? Because nobody wants to be around that type of person. There's a reason that positive and confidence and those are things that draw people in.
There's such thing as overconfidence, like people with really big egos.
Check them right now.
Yeah. People who think that their issues are so much worse than yours, like those are things called overconfidence, and that's bad. But it's flirting with the line of confidence and cocky, and I tend to flirt with that one a lot. Not often. Well, enough.
Isabella's confidence, it goes from 0 to 100. She either is like, okay, did you see me that day? I was looking like a whole snack. I was looking so fine. And then the next day she's gonna be like, why do you even talk to me?
I frequently will go from calling myself a toe then to looking at a picture of myself and being like, dang, Shadi, what are we doing here? Like, I'm so, like, I told you, I'm really not qualified to be giving people advice on confidence.
This is just a real talk. Okay, so what is, let's each say something. When are we our most confident? What makes us our most confident? Haley, do you want to start?
And I'm like dressed and ready for the day kind of thing. Like walking into school. Actually, that's not true. I kind of feel the least confident at school.
Yesterday, your outfit. That was a confident outfit.
It was all black.
You said you liked it. I thought it was pretty.
I did like it. I don't know. It's just, I feel like school is one of the harder places to be confident in.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, like just like getting ready or before a shower. We always look the best before we take a shower.
Seriously, what's with that?
For real, I will put my hair up in a bun to like take a shower, and I'm like, you couldn't have created this bun a week ago when I was trying to do like a cute messy bun look. Like, no. Or like my hair always looks best before I shower. Like I'll take it out from like a bun to if I'm like washing my hair and I'm like, what is happening?
The amount of times I've made the decision, I'm like, I thought I needed to wash my hair, but it's looking kind of good. We're gonna leave it today. And then I wake up in the morning and it's no.
The amount of times I've been like, oh, my hair doesn't look that bad. Maybe tomorrow morning, just like some dry shampoo, braid it, we'll be done. And then I wake up and I'm like a literal grease ball. And I'm like, oh,
should have washed that hair.
Should have washed it.
The regret.
Yeah.
I think it's the lighting in the bathroom too.
I feel the most confident when I have my mask on too. I'm a new person.
I think it's true for guys too.
Yes, I was about to say guys' confidence went whoop when they got masks.
Like I will get full face pictures of guys in masks. I will get like ceiling pics only. And then I get pictures of them with their mask on and they are feeling themselves. They are like ready to go. What is going on?
My most confident stages are always right after a tangible success.
Yeah.
And I get so excited about those things which I need to figure out how to kind of maybe, you know how squirrels prepare for hibernation, where the really good acorn season, they take all those acorns and they save them. I need to take all my really big confident moments and save them because it doesn't last long. But if I just got
Confidence like a squirrel treats its acorns.
quote of the year.
Quote of the year. What was I gonna say? My like most confident moments. I don't know. I think that honestly, my most confident moments are when I'm in a good mood. I get really confident. Like, and then I get like slap happy confident.
It's so funny. I love it.
When I'm slap happy confident, oh Lord. Like when I just filmed a thirst trap on TikTok and I'm like, oh, you look good. Like, you know, it's one of those things. But then I feel like I'm not always confident in my personality. Like being confident in my looks and being confident in my personality are two very different things. Like I am not always confident in my personality, but when I am confident in my personality, or when people are like, "No, I really like it whenever you act like this because like it shows the real you." Like that makes me happy. I obviously don't like when people are like, "We don't like your personality." But when people like make small comments and they're like, "Well, I just think that maybe you're a bit too loud, or maybe you should like tone it down on the whole feminism thing." Like that really bothers me, and that makes me be like, "Oh, should I not do that?" And then when somebody compliments those things, you're like, "Oh, so people do like them." So.
I think Isabella's moments are so fun because it gets contagious too. You're like, oh, I have this gorgeous friend. It's the energy, and it's like she could entertain the whole room when she's in her confidence. Oh, it's so noticeable because it's so positive, and I love it.
You can see me right now. I'm doing a little peace sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, I guess there's the saying, like, fake it until you make it. And, like, that's okay. I haven't made it yet, but I'm faking it. And if you
Haley, when I don't even have Snapchat, but when I'm either with her and she's taking them, or when I'm with people that she sent them to, and she does the up high ones.
Oh, yeah.
With, like, the makeup and the necklaces.
Yup.
That's the confident Haley.
Yup. The eyeliner and necklaces. That's when you know I'm confident.
That is your war suit.
Sometimes there's a low cut shirt involved too. Why, you know?
Sometimes.
You mean sometimes? Sometimes.
Haley's like, do I have any that don't do?
She has a few turtlenecks.
Yeah, it's low cut or it's turtleneck. There's no in between.
There's no in between for her.
T-shirt?
We don't know her.
It's so funny how we don't even think about how much people. I go home and I think about compliments. Mm-hmm. They are so big and important, and the people who give them, you're just like.
I got complimented once in choir, and I talked about it for a week. Like, yeah.
Yeah, when you know, in drama, or when a senior compliments you. Lexi, one time I made a joke and she was like, that's exactly the type of humor that would have the whole drama club dying. It's like, I remember that to this day.
You get compliments from seniors.
It
hits different.
Alex, oh my gosh. This is when I'm a senior, remind me of this podcast, Shotties, or Isabella and Haley. When I'm a senior, I want to give the insecure freshman, I want to compliment something. I want to be that person because I love those people. Okay, we are back for segment 2 of confidence. We might have a little bit of a morning voice. Sorry, you guys. But the first thing I want to talk about is where in school or your extracurriculars have been places you've grown in confidence? Or I guess changed. If you've gotten less confident in something, we can talk about that too.
Probably like I've gotten more confident in my abilities when I was at home, and kind of when I came back to school, it was kind of like a shock, I guess.
Mhm.
I've become more confident. Yesterday, I noticed this because I kind of was consciously aware. So I was walking to math, and then I realized that I wasn't thinking about where to go for math. And my math class is the weirdest. Excuse me. My math class is the weirdest one to get to because I've always made the wrong turn when I was like learning how to get there. And I realized I'm now on autopilot to get to that class. And it took until April. But that was just kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like we don't think about like once our brains start going into autopilot for figuring out how to get to classes, but
Mhm.
like
I noticed it because I was like, wait, I didn't even like think about making the correct turn today. I just did. I think high school, my confidence hasn't necessarily gone down, but the effort I have to put into classes and my I don't have all A pluses, like eighth grade. I didn't think eighth grade was extremely difficult, and I think ninth grade really is. And so it's just I don't know if that's hurt my confidence or if I've just kind of accepted that this is high school, this is a lot harder. You're not gonna have the perfect grades you always did. So
yeah, I think that I also think that ninth grade is really hard because of circumstance this year.
that's
Like,
true.
we're kind of in the middle of a panini, and it's a tad difficult to like remain like motivated.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to remain motivated.
So I think my academic confidence has gone down. But I think, something? My singing confidence has gone up a lot because I don't consider myself much of a better singer than I did, but I'm not as scared of my lack of technical ability anymore. I still recognize that it's there, but I just don't fear it, or I don't fear people knowing,
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. I'm new to this. Nobody's expecting perfection out of me. And so now I used to sing in the car, in the shower, and I liked it, but that was kind of that. And now I sing in the musical solo. Like I sing alone. I sing alone in our choir thingy and at voice lessons. So that's been a huge confidence builder. Teachers in performing arts who make you do things alone, you hate it at the time, but oh my gosh, I've grown so much. Last year, you never had to play alone in orchestra, really. This year, you play alone almost every day in orchestra. And so now it's just like no big deal. So that's a huge thing. Performing arts teachers, if you're listening, your students will feel uncomfortable when you do it, and it's like scary, but it really facilitates growth. Especially when everybody has to do it. They don't just be like, you play alone. Like everybody in the section has to do it. But it's just kind of nice to build some confidence.
These are true statements you speak of.
Do you have to sing alone in choir, Isabel?
Yes.
Really?
Like
Wait.
sing in choir? Like, yeah.
Sing alone.
Sing alone?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of feels like I'm singing alone because of the altos. There's only 4 of us. So like, yes.
She's like, think about it. We don't have to sing alone in our daily class, but we're auditioning for something. What's something that's really torn down your confidence?
School.
Honestly,
Definitely school. Like my confidence relies on my grades and like how well I'm doing in school.
Okay, the worst thing is when somebody points out something that they think you noticed, or that's like not necessarily negative, but just like, I love how you do this. Just like, whatever, and they say something, and you're like, do people know? Oh, wait, I do this, and then you freak out. Did that make any sense?
Yeah.
That's like when someone unlocks a new like insecurity.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, really? Really? Like, oh, okay. Didn't realize that was like an issue. And they're like, no, I love it. And I'm like, but no, you don't. So
100% of my confidence of my looks depends on how many days from washing my hair it's been.
that's interesting.
It's not really,
The
but
longer the days go, the more confident I get.
just like as much oil as we can build up, that's where the confidence comes.
Yeah.
For real though, compliments are the compliments equal confidence. Do you think that's bad that we get?
I think it's bad. I really do think it's bad that we get so much confidence from other people telling us that we like are good at things, because we should be able to like have that confidence on our own, but we don't.
I was about to say, wait a second, that's kind of us getting it from other people. Might be an issue. I think so when you're in a friend group, on school Zooms or whatever, I'm not typically sitting here braiding my hair or like lying back in my bed because I like sit up, I'm at my desk, whatever. But I think as you get to know people, do you think you get more comfortable around them, or do you think you get more confident around them?
I think I get more comfortable around them. And
Yeah.
comes confidence.
Because I think it takes a certain amount of confidence to kind of show people the not fake, or not necessarily fake, but not the best side of you, I guess. And I think or to not care exactly about like what you're wearing when you're around them, that kind of thing. The first Zoom hangout, I was like, I like planned an outfit or whatever. Last time I was just like, oh, time to go, put a shirt on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that takes some confidence, is to like accept that you have flaws and you're okay with the people around you seeing them. So I think we see it as comfort, but if you think about it, it takes confidence too.
True.
Do you feel like days have been going fast?
No,
Yeah.
I feel like they've been taking forever.
Really?
No, I
Yeah.
feel like the days are slow, but the weeks are fast.
I feel the opposite. I guess I feel like the weeks are normal, and then the days are like.
Yeah,
I
you should
guess
get
I don't
so
need
excited
school
about
stuff.
having Fridays off, and I'm like used to it, I guess.
Because I'm at the school from like 7:20 to 6:20 every day, so it's like 11 hours, and then I get home, I'm like, all right, time to start my non-school day. It's like 7 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to confidence for a second. Do you think risk taking? Obviously, you don't feel confident when you're taking a risk, but do you think the act of taking risks makes you more confident?
No. That makes me scared.
I kind of disagree. I think when you're taking the risk, that's terrifying. But after you successfully take it, confidence starts to like, oh, so I can do this.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm so confused because I really don't feel like social media contributes to my lack of confidence at all.
Oh, it definitely does. Like the effects of social media, I know we all love it, but they're like ridiculous. Like you Google effects of social media right now, the first thing that comes up is, however, multiple studies have found a strong link between heavy social media and increased risk for depression, anxiety, loneliness, self-harm, and even suicidal thoughts. Social media may promote positive experiences, but in reality, they're negative experiences such as inaccuracy about your life and appearance.
Okay, but here's the thing. I guess this is a little bit self-determined because we say this all the time. We've said this in multiple episodes, but you determine how long you spend on social media, who you follow on social media, what you post on social media. and what you choose to take as truth from social media. So I don't feel like I get any less confidence from clicking on Sky's post about, police brutality and reading about it and educating myself about it, or from seeing Gloria post a new picture of jewelry that is for her business, or
No, like that part, yeah, but like whenever kids who our schools go on vacation and all they're posting is like bikini pictures or like I don't know, it's kind of like a competition within itself for who can post the best swimsuit picture.
I'm going to bring this back when we go into our advice, but I have a little bit of a story about that. Not really a
I
story.
don't know. I just feel like when it comes to like the bikini pictures and like all of that stuff, like I get it, but it also is like, I don't know, I feel like influencers, like I feel like a lot of like lack of confidence and like stuff from that happens with social media comes from like influencers, but like you don't have to follow influencers. Like you can like I just think that like there's a point, like definitely like I've been on social media and I've been like, oh wow, not feeling the great, I'm gonna get off of it. But when I'm not feeling great about myself, whenever like I'm on social media, I think about why, and usually it comes from a place of jealousy, and I just have to realize like for myself that like that's not my life right now, but it doesn't mean it will never be my life.
Good point.
So
So what do you think the difference between self-esteem and confidence is?
I think they're pretty similar.
Yeah. I don't really know the difference. Do you have to have self-esteem to be confident?
Or do you have to have no? Okay, I think here's what it is. I think I figured it out. I think you have self-esteem no matter what. It could be bad self-esteem, but just the fact that you're a human means you have it. You have a view of opinion of yourself, but that doesn't mean you have confidence. You could be the most unconfident person in the world and still have self-esteem. It's bad self-esteem. Does that make any sense?
No, that makes sense, because if you have low confidence, you're probably going to have a low self-esteem. But like the thing with self-esteem is that like I internally know that like I'm great. Like what I do has no effect on others. Like me living my life and doing good things for other people, like I should be confident that I'm not hurting others, right? But then there's the little voice, which is my confidence, saying, no, actually everything you do affects 50 million people and they all hate you because of it. So like that, yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but
I've always thought of your little voice as your conscious, but I guess sometimes it is confidence that's talking to you. You're like, hey, what are you wearing? Okay. Are you okay with moving into our segment? I don't know exactly how long this episode's going to be because we filmed it in 2 chunks, but I think we got some solid points. We had a pretty good conversation about it. So, Haley, do you want to do the segment of the day?
So our segment today is about media, and the media for today is going to be books that we have read in school and our favorites and like what they mean to us.
So we all read the same book. There was 2, right? There was Book Thief and Fahrenheit 451 and Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
In 8th grade. Which of those 3 was your favorite?
Romeo and Juliet.
Fahrenheit 451.
I almost wanted to say Book Thief. That was kind of funny. We all had different. I think Romeo and Juliet, because of the plays that we got to do with it. That was so fun. But I kind of didn't hate Book Thief. I know Isabella wouldn't know because.
Hey.
Isabella didn't even open it.
She read like 60 pages.
I read the first 60 pages. Okay.
Girl, I read it all in one day.
And Haley read it all in one day.
Okay, listen, we all learn and read at different speeds. And for me, I'm still reading it.
You didn't finish the book. You can't comment.
I'm still working on that, okay?
Still working on it.
It's only been a year, but it's happened.
Listen, here's the thing. Right? Okay. The Book Thief, I know that that is a beautiful book that like a bunch of people love. So like I could see myself really liking that book if I actually read it. But there's something about Romeo and Juliet, and I think it may just be because I grew up with Shakespeare literally all around me. So that was why like I loved Shakespeare so much. And it's also just it's beautiful. Like I know the Romeo and Juliet is so basic, but it is so beautiful and like nobody like if you look at it, I feel like it gets mistaken a lot for people are like, "Oh, this is what love is supposed to be like." Like no.
Yeah, I know. They're like, oh, the perfect love story. Ma'am, they both died.
Yeah, they both literally kill themselves. Like no, no, no.
It's not the perfect love story.
like literally the
It's
last
a tragedy story.
yes, and
It's
the
a
last
tragedy.
the last line in that play or book or whatever is there never was a story of more woe than Juliet and her Romeo. That's literally saying like, yeah, this is a sad story. Nobody should idolize this.
Okay. There's millions of songs. The first one I'm thinking of is the Taylor Swift one. You know, like you'll be my Juliet and like my
Oh,
Romeo.
yeah, Romeo,
Take me somewhere we can be alone. Okay.
I'll be waiting.
Why would you ask someone to like be your Romeo or your Juliet? You're like, come kill yourself with me. What?
Because it's not the fact of that, it's the fact of soulmates and the effect of a true pairing connection will lead you to any ending.
Maybe.
Love is
the whole like
But
debatably
also,
one
I
of
feel
the
like there's
most.
other love stories that they don't both die in that should be kind of the basic for like, oh, they're
But the
perfect
point that
for
they
each other.
die means that they were in love.
But also,
I
they're
think it's a
dead.
love story.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock.
Oh, we hear the sirens. It's a Friday.
I've not heard those sirens in so long. I truly
Oh
don't
my
remember the last
god.
time I
Oh
heard
my
those.
god.
I know.
That's
Okay,
a
that's
beautiful
the fact that
story.
that's the one consistency in my life is the 11 o'clock Friday sirens. Okay.
That's sad.
I want to go. So that was 8th grade. This year, we've read a couple. We read A Doll's House, the play. We read.
That was good. I liked it though.
I liked that one actually, and it was fun. It was not as boring as some of the other ones. We read. What's the one? The red. The Ibis. Wait,
Oh, the Scarlet Ibis.
Scarlet Ibis.
That
The
was
red
sad.
Ibis. Yep.
That was sad.
That was a really sad one. That was a short story. And then we just finished Metamorphosis. Our class. That
Oh, you
book was
finished it
weird.
already?
We finished it, yeah. So in that book, main character transforms into a bug, and the entire story is just about how his family is treating him and how he's viewing himself and how his humanism is going away. So it's supposed to be an existentialist book. So the amount of time we've spent dissecting if our lives or have meaning or not in English class is very
Yeah, I don't walk in English class like, okay, I'm gonna question my existence per like
right. It's like, okay, it's 8:30 in the morning.
it's 7 in
I'm
the
in second
morning.
period. I guess it was 9. So it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm in second period. We're ready to do some English. And then by the end of it, I'm like, why was I even born into this world where nothing has meaning and my life is pointless? Like, it's so depressing.
I'm not a giant bug. What am I living for?
I know. So that's the book we're reading right now. I didn't hate it as much as some people did. Some people were like, oh, this book, I can't even read it. And I was like, it's short, it's easy to understand, but like the existentialist is reading too much into it. He's just a bug. Let it go.
Well, at my school, we only read 2 books. Well, normally we read 3 books, but with COVID and everything, they cut it down to 2 books, and then an SSR project, which like is we read like 5 books like on our own. But they're all from like a stupid list, and I've read literally all the books on that list. So there's only been 2 books that I haven't read that are on that list. So I was like, I'm only gonna read these 2 books. Sorry, my brother walked in. But so we haven't started our second book yet. But our second book is
We
12.
got 6 weeks of school left.
Yeah, but it's a play, so it's like kind of short.
Wow. What play is it?
Twelfth Night by Shakespeare. I'm really excited for it. It's a comedy. It's one of Shakespeare's comedies. And then the book that we read at the beginning of this semester was, what was it? It was Things Fall Apart, which is about which, like, if you look at like the big picture of the book, it's about like forcing your religion onto someone else, but like the main part is it's about this like tribal nation in Africa, like right before colonization, in like the late 1800s. So
I bet that was interesting to read while you were taking AP World.
oh, it was so confusing. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. It had a lot to do with like morals and like what we view as a like Western civilization, and like how what we do affects everybody. So I don't know, it was cool.
So this year was just weird because half of it was virtual, but I liked probably A Doll's House the best of the ones we read this year. Okay, that's our little media segment. So I'm gonna say my advice. Shoot, I forgot it. Oh yeah, my advice. So it's a little story time here. So during spring break, we all know what our Instagram feeds looked like, and I was so sick and tired of it that I was just like, listen, I don't really care like what these people are doing with their lives. It doesn't affect me. I see them in class sometimes, but I don't really know much about them as people. And so what am I gaining out of scrolling through Instagram and seeing 17 different patterns of swimsuit? Nothing. And so I went through, and everybody that I didn't have a specific reason or specific something I was gaining from following them, I unfollowed. So I unfollowed like 150 people, maybe more. I didn't really count. But basically the people have left are people I'm involved in an extracurricular with that I like. I follow Isabella pointed to herself. I follow Isabella. I follow my close friends that I want to see what's happening in their lives, or I want to see what they put, or like what they choose to post, whatever. So I follow the people who, through all like the push for activism since I've gotten social media, who have like helped me, who I think their links or whatever are really good and informational. And so
I looked at your Instagram, and why do you still have the post up of us? We all from summer. Oh, wait, I don't look good there. I don't look good that one.
It's our podcast post. I think it's cute. Anyway, go check out our podcast post.
No, they can't know who we are.
No, if they already follow me, then they know. They can see it.
I like this one that just has the top of Haley's head in it, and that the
Me
rest.
too. I feel a lot better about that one.
I don't know what any of us were doing in this one, though.
No, I don't know, and I don't know why it's still up.
It's staying
Like,
up.
Gloria is like mid sentence.
I don't look cute there. I was like,
No, that's cute. I like that picture of you, Haley.
And then Lauren looking like a freaking goddess, and then the rest of us
looking poor.
Anyway,
oh my god.
it's fine. I like it. So yeah, I follow people from drama club or people from the Zoom group, my close friends. I follow the people who I've been friends with since like elementary, or just basically people who I could tell you their middle name. That's basically who I follow. And then like drama club. Okay, so my advice is if you have like 20 minutes right now or in a little bit, it makes your life so much better. Please go through and unfollow people who the reason you followed them in the first place was either just because they followed you or just because you knew who their name.
No.
Like that's not
I'm
a
not doing
reason.
Like 600 people. I'm not.
You're not gaining things from it. You're just bringing yourself down. And that way, when you scroll through your feed now, it's only the people you really care about. Okay. Isabel and Haley, do you have advice?
No.
You are muted.
My cat muted me. Don't get a cat. Just kidding. Get all the cats. Okay. Okay, real talk here, peeps. Real talk. Nobody cares if you're confident. Literally nobody cares besides you.
That's positive.
Lauren was doing something that was really funny. Literally nobody cares if you're confident or not besides you. So, because nobody's going to know how fun and exciting you are until you are confident enough to be fun and exciting. So, if you want people to like you, be confident. That's horrible advice.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, hold up. We can shift this into something.
No. I'll just change my comment. I'll just change my advice. My advice is if you are assigned to read a book about death and the Holocaust and the foster care system, you should probably read it.
Speaking from personal,
It's going to help you out a lot in the long run.
we think.
Maybe.
We haven't really been alive for the long run, so.
Whoa, that sentence just like shook my existence. That's true. Oh gosh, why is that? I don't know. I don't like it. Okay. What's your advice, Haley?
Listen to Taylor Swift. That's it.
Good advice. My mom's happy about that advice. Okay. Who wants to take us out?
Bye, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, bye.
check the description for everything else. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.